Terraria was released in May 2011 and since then it got sold over 27 million times, which makes it the 19th most sold video game of all time. 4 years later, the 1.3 update was released, and with this update, Terraria got a real final boss, the Moon Lord. After the release, various speedrunners have tried to kill the Moon Lord as fast as possible, and today I show you the world record progression of Terraria any percent.
Just see everything we believe. We just see.
Before we get started, I've got a little disclaimer. Expert runs are also shown in this video when they were better than normal runs at their time. I also compare seeded with unseeded runs. I'm aware that unseeded runs are way harder to complete in a fast time than seeded ones, but the first few speedruns were made without a special seed. So, how do you achieve the actual goal of killing the Moon Lord? First of all, you have to kill the wall of flesh to enter hard mode. After that you have to kill the 3 mechanical bosses so that Plantera bulb spawns. After killing Plantera you have to defeat the golem in the jungle temple. When you are done with the golem, the lunatic cultist spawns at the dungeon, and after you finished him, the 4 pillars spawn. As soon as you destroyed all 4 of them, you will soon be visited by the Moon Lord. That being said, let's get started. 3 months after the Moon Lord release, the first speedrun was posted on YouTube. Shawkill TV uploaded his livestream speedrun from August 2015 with a sub 5-hour run. It wasn't his first speedrun, but the first one with a decent time. But the run was far from being polished. His inventory management was a mess and he often revisited places because he forgot to pick up certain materials. But for the time the speedrun was made, it was a good time. He got skeleton on first night and made kind of a glitch house for the villagers, which saves time but also is a mess to handle because the villagers stand at the exact same place. Overall he was pretty lucky with the voodoo doll spawn and other red drops, but was super unlucky with Herm's boots. 2 hours and 48 minutes into the run he didn't find a single pair of them. In the end he killed the Moon Lord with 14 HP left.
Come on, kill it! Yes!
This record stood for more than 5 months without getting beaten. But on January 2016, bands with legends managed to kill the Moon Lord even faster. Compared to the first world record run, you could really see it was not only a more organized version of it. He used a completely new strategy. Instead of going for first night skeleton, he went straight for Queen Bee and equipped himself with her gear and a lot of bee grenades, which are very powerful pre-hard mode. After killing 3 queen bees, he went straight for wall of flesh without even building an arena. Therefore he used a gravitation potion and cheesed an early kill against the wall of flesh.
Alright, there it is.
With this new strategy, he was already more than half an hour faster. Sadly he kind of joked the rest of the run and died 16 times total, twice as much as Shawkill. He even had to try Moon Lord twice, but then he finally got the kill.
Reload! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Doesn't matter.
Holy shit.
Wait, what? Did I kill it?
Whatever it was at the exact same time as you dying, so I don't know.
Come on.
Let's watch this one more time.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
A few milliseconds before he would have defeated the Moon Lord, he got killed by him. Only 340 HP from 145,000 total were the difference between killing or getting killed. So I was just kidding before. It took him 3 attempts to kill the Moon Lord. He still beat the first world record by more than 12 minutes. Even though he lost so much time, that run still showed how much potential there was.
Okay. There we go.
Woo! Finally.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, the video game badger.
Exactly 2 weeks later, he came up with a cleaner version of the last world record run. He had only 9 deaths and one of it was once per lifetime rare.
Your fans are very attentively watching the boss battle, so they saw your death.
There was a bee that got by me. Come on, the follows. The queen bee has been defeated? Star?
Interesting.
Star? Okay, well there's a star. Freaking star. Freaking star.
Star OP.
Star. That's so funny. Holy crap.
In the end he beat his own record 50 minutes faster.
Oh god,
Yes.
oh god, oh god.
And this record stood for almost 7 months, until Shawkill TV came back with a glitch that would change Terraria speedrunning forever. For this speedrun he used a special glitch which made it possible to duplicate stackable items, as long as he had 3 pieces. With this trick, he had 400 HP, and full platinum equipment after only 8 minutes into the speedrun. But that wasn't even the biggest skip of the run. After that, he went fishing for 3 crates. After entering hard mode, he went for duplicating and opening them. Not only got he unlimited of useful battle potions for later, he also got titanium bars without even destroying a single altar.
Okay, here comes the fun, you guys. Here comes the fun. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. How do you break this game any more than what you could possibly do?
With this strategy, he only died 4 times during the whole run. The first time after almost 2.5 hours. Sadly for him, this run's RNG was far from good. Because of a bug did one mechanical boss not drop the needed souls. He also had bad luck with the planter bulb spawn. After 3 attempts he finally took down the Moon Lord.
Right there. Oh my god, this sucks! I could have gotten 230, dude. I could have gotten 2 hours 30 minutes.
Of course he didn't stop trying to beat his last record, and only 6 days later, he came back with another improved time. This run looked like the best run of all time. He had really good RNG and even a planter bulb spawned right next to the jungle entrance. He was easily at a sub 2 hours run when this happened.
What? Wait, what? Wait. Wait. Wait, what? Excuse me. Game? Excuse me. What the shit? Are you... Where's Plantera?
Like the bug with the souls from the record, this is a rare multiplayer bug. But he still has to play on multiplayer, otherwise the duplication glitch would not work. This bug did cost him 22 minutes. But it looks like this wasn't the only bug he had to face this run.
Why are you enraged? Why are you enraged?
For whatever reason, the golem made moves only a golem would do in expert mode. But he clearly played on a normal world. I did research the bug, but I didn't find an answer why this happened. Maybe this is also a rare multiplayer bug that occurred when you glitch through the temple wall.
I die. It may be because it didn't register me as inside the actual temple yet. Maybe? I don't know.
Overall he played it pretty clean and beat his old record by 41 minutes.
There it is. Finally. Okay.
And this record was untouched for almost 6 months. when Shaw came back with another incredible speedrun.
What is up, you guys? My name is Shockkill, and what you're going to see here is going to be the Moonlord speedrun that I said I was going to do, and finally did, and I was actually pretty happy, pretty stoked for the time. It was not sub 2 hours. I was sad about that, but I'm still happy because I did the one thing I told you guys I was going to do, was I was going to do a Moonlord speedrun without using a dupe glitch, and for success reasons, I beat the dupe glitch run with it.
You heard right. He actually managed to beat his old record without duplication glitching. But how could he possibly do this? For this speedrun, he used a special seed. This seed contains a bug with a dungeon. Normally, the dungeon contains wooden, locked golden and locked biome chests. For whatever reason, the locked corruption chest on this seed is a normal wooden chest and contains the same loot as a locked corruption chests. The key item in this chest is the Scourge of the Corruptor, a very powerful melee weapon that shoots a small eater which splits in 2 more eaters when it connects to a wall or an enemy. This weapon is so powerful, you can normally only get it after defeating Plantera, and even if you beat her, you still need to be lucky enough to get the key for the chest. It has a 1 in 2,500 drop chance to be dropped by any monster in the respective biome. What's also worth mentioning is that he came up with a new way of building NPC houses, which is still used today. With this new way of building houses, he has no more problems selecting the NPC he needs. In the end, he died 10 times and beat his old record by almost 8 minutes. But keep in mind, he did this without dupe glitching.
Come on! Come on! I'm cheesing the shit. Yes! Oh my god!
Almost 1 month later, he came back with a cleaner version of the current world record, and he optimized a crucial point. The Scourge of the Corruptor's big problem: it lacks of AoE damage. In this speedrun, he had the clever idea to kill the destroyer with dynamite, which saved him about 1.5 minutes. What's also worth mentioning is that this speedrun was made without duplication glitching because it was fixed with the update 1.3.4. In general, he played it cleaner, died only 5 times, and you could really see how he has improved over the past few weeks.
Not doing this again, man. Sub 2 hours. Sub 2 hours. Sub 2 hours. Please. Yes!
And there we have it, the first sub 2 hours speedrun ever. But how could you possibly beat this record again? Well, Shockill's world record probably could not have been beaten. Cheesier, the video game badger, one of the better known Terraria speedrunners, cheesed the shit out of the already broken seed. But he didn't do it in normal mode, he did it in expert mode. In order for him to get a better time than Shockill, he used not only 1 glitch, not only 2 glitches. He used 3 completely new glitches and a handful of tricks to get a better time. Let's see what he did differently. First glitch, he has a new duplication glitch. Not only is it faster to get thousands of items by just clicking on the item frame, you also need only 2 items instead of 3 like the old duplication glitch. This saves a lot of time. Second glitch, hard duping. If you got only 1 item, for example a loot bag from a defeated boss, you can hard dupe it by putting it into a chest and quickly pressing Alt and F4. When you go back to the server, you will have this item in your inventory and in your chest.
Okay, we're gonna do the dupe trick by Alt F4 on the server. This will give us a second wall flashback. It'll give us a Ranger emblem and Warrior emblem. That'll give us some more DPS throughout the run in exchange for a couple seconds.
This way you have 2 pieces again and can duplicate it as often as you want. Third glitch, he used the slime mountain to target dummies to jump infinitely often. This way he does not only do a lot of damage, he also can't get damaged by enemies. Even bosses like Plantera or the cultists can't damage him. Also worth mentioning is that he took the golem altar out of the temple, which is normally not possible. Therefore he used wires and actuators. When activated, the block it sits on can be switched to inactive. This way the altar has no more solid blocks below and it can be collected. With only one death he achieved not only the first sub 2 hour expert world record, he also beat Shaw's normal world record.
Ain't nothing like doing it. Yes! Yes! Woo! Woo! 155. 155, baby!
Not even 12 days later, Bands with Legends came back with an unseeded normal run. This means he had no Scourge of the Corruptor early on. What saved him a lot of time was that he went for duplicating crates and teleportation potions. Using one of these potions puts you anywhere on the map. With a bit of luck you can save several minutes by just teleporting to the needed destination. He also had a really creative way to kill the wall of flesh by using dynamite.
It's such low health. There we go.
What killed this run was his terrible Plantera RNG. He searched 30 minutes to find the bulb. Just let me say this. So many runs died just because of bulb spawning late or not even spawning at all.
Yes. Boom. We've done it. Sub 2 hour Moonlord achieved. Final time 1:54:12.
A new speedrunner showed up one day later and beat this record. To be fair, he used the Scourge seed and he only had to search for Plantera for 3 minutes. That's why seeded and unseeded runs normally aren't compared. But as I said in the beginning, I do not differentiate between seeded and unseeded.
¡Sí! ¡Sí! ¡Toma! ¡Toma! ¡La reconcha de tu padre! ¡Pedazo de furro!
11 days after that, a new South Korean speedrunner made a speedrun with a completely new seed. He used a new trick to gain some extra time. He went for a sticky bomb onto the queen bee spawner into teleporting back to spawn. This way he could defeat her way easier than waiting for her left and right charges to stop. He also was the first speedrunner to use the slime saddle glitch to defeat all 3 mechanical bosses at once. Overall he played it insanely well, but due to horrible RNG in the early game, he only killed the Moon Lord almost 10 minutes earlier.
끝났다. 30분. 제 길이다.
Only 12 days later, a guy called One Lomi beat his record with an unseeded map. Sadly, while I was working on this video, it seems like he took it down, but I've watched it and he killed the Moon Lord within 1 hour, 34 minutes and 54 seconds. Over 1 month later, Dactum came back with the same seed he used 1.5 months earlier and played it again very well, and this time he was a bit luckier than before and he beat his personal best and the world record run from One Lomi. You can tell by how often the world records got improved in such a short time. This was the main era of Terraria speedrunning.
내 기록은 깼는데.
Someone who has shaped this time was Bands with Legends, and he beat the shit out of the last record only 1 week after Dactum's speedrun. This one doesn't have a bug chest or anything broken. It has just an enchanted sword at the spawn and all the things you need to instantly start duplicating your items. Overall there is not much to say about this run. He had rather good RNG in this and only a few deaths were now needed to come even close to a world record pace.
3, 2, 1, 0! Yes! There we go. 1:11:04. Talk about hype.
The Russian speedrunner Max Overpower also made use of the new seed and he took the world record from Bands. He played it overall cleaner and didn't die a single time. The video game Badger also tried out this seed, and what did separate him from Max Overpower's run was that he went for a chest in the far east of the desert. It contains a herb bag, and together with one wooden crate he would hard duplicate anyways. He had now unlimited potion flowers. This means he could craft the very useful archery potion for more DPS, the builder potion for faster house and arena building, the battle potion for faster spawns of needed enemies, and the regeneration potion for easier boss fights. With this new strategy he was closer to a sub 1 hour run like nobody ever before.
Yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Come on! Die, you son of a bitch! Yes! 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 Oh shit! 70 attempts in, baby! We fucking did it! 1 hour 19 seconds, let's go! That's what I'm talking about! Holy shit! Oh!
Max Overpower came back with another incredible speedrun, and he was the first runner to use the enchanted sundial. This is an item you get out of fishing crates, and due to the duplication glitch you are guaranteed to get one. This item can fast forward time to always exactly 4:30 AM the next day. You can only kill Skeletron and the mech bosses at night. So what you wanna do is you go second night to the Skeletron, kill him in the middle of the night, or when you manage to get to him, and then skip the night. This way you've got exactly 15 minutes time to prepare for the mech bosses, and due to the advanced pathing and strategies, this works perfectly and you don't waste time simply waiting for night to arrive. This little trick saved him a few extra minutes and he achieved a new world record. And there it was, the first speedrun in less than 1 hour. 5 months later, Badger used both the herb bag and the sundial, and both combined with good RNG he literally had an ale-biter run.
Thousand. Oh my god, we might. This might be it. We have 15 seconds. The pop-up has to happen in the bottom left for it to count. 10 seconds. We got it. No problem. Woo! Yes! New record. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, Max Overpower is in your court now, sucker. 6 seconds only. Oh my god. From a deficit, too. From a minute deficit.
You could really see how relieved Badger was to finally get the world record back after so many tries. That's why Max Overpower crushed his new record only one fucking day after he achieved it. There is nothing more to say than that it was a really well played run and he had insane luck with the plan to respawn. Honestly, we all thought that was it. That was the run to rule them all. Perfect execution, perfect RNG. But you have seen it over the last 25 minutes how strategies and glitches have evolved. A little bit over 1 month, and Ningishu, an already well-known speedrunner for beating the expert Moon Lord within 1.5 hours without duplication glitch or slime saddle glitch, made an incredible speedrun. It made use of all the tricks and glitches that were known until now, and she even came up with even more of them. Fasten your seatbelt, because here comes the final cheese. What is really important to mention is that she did this speedrun in expert mode. Until today, no one has managed to beat this world record even in normal mode. As if that was not impressive enough, she played on a total of 3 different worlds. First of all, she started to play on World A. Here she picked up a herb bag, recall potions, arrows and iron. With these items she got everything to start duplicating. After that she went to World B and took other needed items to duplicate. She also built a house for the merchant to be able to get the target dummies and start going fishing. After fishing a crate, she hard duped the herb bag, a duck, a water candle and of course the crate. She now has all needed battle potions and swapped to World C, where she went straight for killing Wall of Flesh. Without any armor and only 100 HP. She then equipped herself with the titanium gear, farmed other needed items and killed Skeletron and the Destroyer. With the Skeletron being dead she went into the dungeon to buy cables and switches. She swapped one last time to World B simply for gearing up, and after coming back to World C, she went straight for killing Skeletron and the twins, Plantera, where she had a really good spawn, and the Golem. And here comes the glitch that breaks Terraria probably the hardest. To understand what happens next, you need to know that there can't be more than 200 creatures and target dummies count as a creature. If you want to spawn the 201st NPC, nothing happens. Bosses like the cultist and the moon lord have attacks that spawn other minions. If you somehow manage to spawn enough creatures that you've got 200 on screen, you can prevent them from doing so. Remember the ducks she duplicated earlier? With these ducks she made statues, and due to a bug with the statues she can spawn limitless of them when they stand inside the water. So what she does for killing the cultist, the pillar and the moon lord, she spawns 200 ducks, and if she wants to spawn one NPC, she just destroys one target dummy so there is enough room for it. This way you only have to destroy one pillar because the other 3 can't spawn. The pillars always spawn from left to right. That's why she only needs one arena for cultist, pillar and moon lord. The order of the pillars is random, but it has to be a vortex one. Otherwise the 40 minutes are wasted. Luckily she not only had good plan to her RNG, she also hit the 25% chance for the vortex pillar. Shortly before the moon lord spawns she turns on the duck machine and the moon lord now can't spawn his deadly eyes. And that's it. The current world record expert moon lord any % run that stays now for over 6 months uncontested. With only 300 HP by the way, so is there any chance this incredible record will be beaten? I have to say, as impressive as it looks, there will always be a better seed and better RNG in a run. People just have to grind and search for other ways to beat the time. By seeing Ningishu's expert run, I am 100% sure the normal seeded any % category is far from being done. At the end of her video she even said she could have pushed it down to sub 40 or even sub 35 minutes. There is also the 1.4 update coming up with a new mode called Master Mode, which seems to be even more difficult than Expert Mode. And who knows, maybe you are the next Moon Lord Master Mode world record runner? I really want to say thank you for watching this video till the end. This video was several weeks in the making and I really appreciate every like or sub. Leave a comment down below if you want me to do other world record progression videos, any other Terraria related videos, or if you want a detailed video to the Ningishu speedrun.